Hmm. Oh. Yes!
Okay, next up will be Grile Pyreborn. I'm gonna play this with Firestarter. This can help me kill off my own units if I need to. So, how do we want to play this? We got Flickers and Hothead. Um, we actually got the Proto Heart Cage for no special abilities. The special ability of this Pyre Stone is actually just that it's like 80-45 and it's a good stat block. You can't knock that. I'll take the Pyre Tap here. So we might be able to do some Pyre Tap exploit stuff here. We'll see what happens. Let's see. So we could do Learning Limb again, or we can do Living Armory, which scales our other guys. So the Hothead does enjoy receiving that kind of scaling. So I think I might try that. And then we'll wind up having a very, very big Hothead, I guess. Big on attack stats, anyway. I'm going to need to find a way for him to be tankier. Although Learning Limb is probably the more straightforward thing to do here. Let's see. I can see the play pattern for Living Armory, because with Living Armory, we just equip all the Scissor Hands to Grile, and he's going to give a unit like plus 40 attack. Or, with Learning Limb, we will scale up our Scissor Hands to eventually be 40, and then he's going to give a unit a lot of attack in that way. I'm going to play Living Armory just because I played Learning Limb last run. And variety is the spice of life. Variety is the spice of the roguelike. We move on. I believe I can actually take this Fire Dampener. I have a lot of tools right now. So I think we want to do Baron Grile Hothead on like a higher floor. And then we're probably playing some other stuff on the lower floors. Let me just do on the second floor here. Thankfully, this guy will spikes kill both of these erratic assistants for me. And I'm just going to get this out of the way so I don't have to redraw it. Although you only have 4 waves in the first round anyway. I'm going to ramp up this Hothead. Kill that. And I don't really want to take fire damage right now. I don't think I have to take fire damage to get through the fight. And I don't have any permanent scaling, so there's no reason to like stress myself over what I'm doing here. If I click this now, I'm not sure if I have it for the boss. So the boss shows up, it goes to cooldown 1. I think I can do this. Let's see. I might play It's Alive onto Grile. I see that he's also scaling himself, which is something that I didn't think about immediately. Let me just do this. Yeah, so the weird thing about this is I feel like I need another tanky unit here, and I don't have one. This. This. Actually, probably this. I'm losing the other unit to the spikes anyway, so I'm not doing too great on the boss here, I don't think. Okay, so... Unfortunately, this kind of needs to be my kill floor. Because these guys only get, like, 1 attack off. That appeared to work. The Hothead's ability hits twice, so anything you put onto it is implicitly worth double. And that's pretty cool. So Puffer Flesh can help me build out a tank. I think I need my tank to be a Lazarus unit, whatever I'm grabbing. Because, Fireborn just does not have good tank units. I think I've got a vision for Puffer Flesh here. I really can't resist an early Alchemy. I just can't turn it down, especially when I have a Pyre Tap. So I want Lazarus units more than I want Pyreborn units right now, because I think I need a reliable guy to soak up damage. Pyre Hunter Archeon. That is a bit brutal. Yeah, so I think I'm going for this here. This is my only Lazarus banner out of my first 3 banners. Makeshift Golem versus TSA. Right. I think I have to take the Makeshift Golem here. I have to like do the mental processing real quick on whether or not the test subject alpha is an auto win again. I'm gonna take the Makeshift Golem because I've taken test subject alpha for like the last 3 runs or something stupid. Let's see. So I could do -1 intrinsic on the alchemy, and then later give it an Emberstone. I think I like that. Wait, what if I give Twinstone on the alchemy, and then I Pyre tap into it as well? Sure. Like, if that turns into 4 health for 4 eggs, that's insanely good. I'm going to do +10 on one of these Flickers, because Flicker in particular is a very, very sad card if it has no upgrades. How do we do on this? I think we're kind of bad at killing this boss, right? How much better does the Makeshift Golem make us at killing this boss? So, right now we can only really scale up one thing that sits next to Grail. I think the way we have to play this is probably that Makeshift Golem gets the Puffer Flesh, and the Makeshift Golem might have to sit in the back on the bottom floor or something, behind all of the assistants that are dying. Spiky Skin is a revenge effect. Maybe we do the Makeshift Golem on the second floor, who gets the Spiky Skin. Maybe we do the Makeshift Golem in front of a Shield Steward. A Shield Steward gets the Spiky Skin. So we've got a Shield Steward as 1 carry, the Hothead is another carry, and the bottom floor we try to control with spell casting. I think I can't take this Titan Skin because I need to be able to out Ominous Acolytes with Fire Starters. Otherwise, we're going to fall too far behind. I feel like we're not very strong right now. Want to play anything else before I alchemy twice? Let me do this. So 4 eggs per fight guaranteed is pretty great. I'm gonna flicker those guys out of the way. Flicker to get rid of the healer. Play that, and we skip. I need to remove some stewards. They are clearly a little bit in the way. I need to do that. I'll do this. I'll do this. And this. 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 I need you gone, but I think I also need one of you gone so that I can fit this in here and get more scaling on the top floor. So we're hoping there are enough interactions with the Shield Steward that's going to make this pretty weak. This is going to gain spikes on every revenge. And after the death of this unit, it should be a little stockier. Yes, it's sitting at 35 health, 12 armor, so doing about 100 damage. I think if we flicker here, it puts us in a better spot. We'll open with Firestarter, Firestarter. Let me do 3 Firestarters into the flicker. Okay, so now we're about cutting him in half, and hopefully up here, once again, we can kind of fire breathing him to death. I think it's going to be close. Let's see. Okay, so we got some It's Alives. Oh, that works, actually. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if it was going to read as a damage enhancement because of, like, the triggering order. The lifesteal, it seems, is happening at the same time as the spikes. So obviously, he's going to get hit for 5, then he's going to take 5 spikes on his way in. But it looks like the lifesteal actually triggers at the same time as the spikes. And he doesn't die. That's good to know. I think I'll take the potion kit here. It's a nice little trick with Ryle. I do like a snotty whelp, I think. We might wind up needing to get car size. We save this here. We loot it after next fight. I think we're going Merchant of Steel every day of the week. What do we have here? Dualism Speedstone. I'm going to change my game plan. We could pick up the Zealot and then Speedstone him. That's kind of neat. That might help us out with Kale, and I like Pyre Gel. I'm gonna try it. So, I think with Quick, I think his action applies to the Quick. I'm not 100% on that, but I think it does. I don't have the energy to do anything else. We don't have the gold to do anything else, rather. Let's see. What do we have here? Weasel. Okay. One of the things that's neat here is we can do, like, Worthy Sacrifice onto a Graft unit. It becomes a little easier to play with. Many lives onto the Makeshift Golem is very strong. I think I'm going to do that. This is just pretty good. This is a unit that we tend to like dualisming anyway. We also tend to like giving him a reanimate. So under dualism, he's going to have, like, reanimate 6. That's just really good. This is pushing me more towards taking a space upgrade, and with the Pyre Tap, our energy's fake anyway, so we might just be comfortable doing that. The tricky thing here is I think I need this Zealot out on the deployment, which makes things a little rough. Because, got the Archeon's going to attack for 18. I think I'm actually going to sit the Golem up with Ryle, and we'll just scale up this floor. And I think it's going to be perfectly fine up here. I do want a bodyguard for the Zealot, but I think I do that with, like, random spare units. I'm just going to play this, and then just give 4 health for that. So the damage he took there... was it exactly the 27? 35 plus 20 is 55 plus 26. No, he also took the 5 from Pyre Gel. Yeah, so the Pyre Gel applied first. Good. I want to make sure these guys are getting killed. Let's do that. The rest of this is fine. Flicker for damage. The unfortunate position of having, like, too many tantalizing things that I want to scale. I think this is fine. We'll get a bit of extra Fire Gel onto him. So the other thing I don't know about this unit is I don't know if If you give him multi-strike, does it make him perform his action twice? I don't know about that. I'm assuming it does not. I think I spiky skin the makeshift golem. Rather, I think I need to spiky skin the makeshift golem. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks coming in here. Okay, so none of that gets me away from being fire hunted. But he dies. Guess I have to live with that. I could spiky skin something here to avoid losing a whole row and getting fire hunted. I think I'm in good enough shape to do that. So let me try this to keep the snotty whelp and avoid the fire hunt. Because I wanted to put that equipment on my top floor. I think I can get away without doing that. Because I think the makeshift golem blocks for enough. Just gonna throw these out. I might want to take one more damage to get out the potion kit. Let's do it. Being able to bruise so little is not worth a lot. Bruise kind of stacks with itself. It's a bit of a parasitic synergy. This is good, though. Three. Looks like I will get to Jelly Sneeze on the boss. I think after Jelly Sneezing on the boss, we should be fine. But I won't get the Fire Breathe on it, unfortunately. Okay, that's eating up another one of his reanimates, but it's not eating his reanimate and killing him. Otherwise, that would be showing plus 24. Which means I can give him lifesteal, and he gets a bit of health back. His maximum health is not that high, unfortunately. Let's see. If I play a Spear Steward here, he doesn't even get to attack. So I think we just Firestarter you, because Pyre Gel's cool. And then I'll move on. Okay, what is this looking like, actually? We're pretty close. I don't think Unstable 5 makes the difference, but we'll check. Hey, one more Pyre Gel actually did the trick. Well, it's one more Pyre Gel, and it's the 40 damage associated with doing 1 damage to a thoroughly Pyre Gelled target. Scrap is pretty great as it was before. Tome of Contracts is actually very strong because we've got the Hothead that it can go on. This allows the Hothead to Fire Breath every turn, and on a floor with Grile, that's incredibly strong. So I'm actually going to go for the Tome of Contracts here. I don't think I want the Pincushion this run, so I'm going to take a Meat Hook as like a spare unit. We're going to go Heaven's Light. We're looting now. Okay, let's see. Equip a friendly unit, Conduit 4. We can get a shitload of Conduit out of this, because we're equipping all the time. Pyre Gel 5 on Whelp Death. We have 0 Whelps. This looks like a Manifold Mirror to me. So now we can try and look for a room that goes crazy. Let's see, with 230, I don't really want to go to this Merchant of Trinkets. What do we get out of the Merchant of Magic? It's not the most exciting, but we can upgrade our other Flicker. If we find Intrinsic for our Tome of Contracts, it's really good. If we could find a room card here, that'd be awesome. We could Fight Club everything. I'm pretty into Fight Clubbing everything. I think that helps a lot, actually. Surprisingly good. Okay, if whatever spell we Holy Stone is effectively a free spell, but it doesn't appear to do that much for us here. Let's see. Jelly Sneeze is a cooldown too. We could Eternal Stone the Tome of Contracts to try and get the Snotty Whelp also onto a low cooldown. I think it's just not very beneficial. I'm overdue for some card removes. Although I do have more space in the car now. I think I want to keep one Shield Steward around. But I think I have 2 floors that are going to be meaningful. One of them is definitely tanked up by the Makeshift Golem. And the other one I think I'll tank with a Shield Steward for now. And then just put some chaff in. I want to remove at least 1 Spear Steward. We have space on the top floor where we can just throw random spare units. I'm going to Surge Stone the other Flicker. Because I still don't want 2 Flickers in. If we Smolder Stone one of the Fire Starters. I wish I had better things to do with these. If I had another expensive spell, we could go to town. Living Armory 2. So yeah, we're going to be ramping up this Hothead quite a lot. Looks like we can get upgrades for it over here. So this is up for grabs. Probably going on the right, check the Celestial Alcove for something cool. I don't know what all we can get there. Yeah, I think we can take this. I think we're at a much safer place now. Like, I think we're much stronger. Although if we're not able to open with the Hothead, that could get awkward. We need to draw this guy. Puffer Flash. Fire Starter. Flicker. We'll actually just pay energy to remove, pay health to remove that, other nonsense from our deck. Fight Club is cool. I'm not doing enough damage to this guy. Let's see. It's Alive has an advance on it. I need to do about 20 more damage. Just like throw down an erratic assistant here. Yeah, he doesn't get in the way too much. And with the Fight Club, he's very damaging. Oh, I didn't actually want to advance him. Oh well, I'll suck it up. Forgot about the advanced part of that card. Oops. Bring in Hothead. Bring in the Meat Hook. And I'm just going to pay to Tome of Contracts here. Yeah, this is unfortunate. Well, if this makes me lose the fight, I will just reload the fight. It was a definite misplay to accidentally do that. But I actually think our second floor just bails us out of the whole problem. Because we can do this every turn. It's a lot of damage. It is a lot of damage. Create an emergency floor up top. Okay. Spiky Skin getting out there. Technically, I should be, what's the word? Technically, I should be brewing before I do the rest of these plays, but it's okay. We toast the floor. Get a Snotty Whelp out. Flicker here. Boss comes in. Flicker the other units. I'm not getting any damage out. Oh well, that's fine. We've still got 2 reanimates on our tank here. Pretty good. we've got the fight. We're scaling pretty well. Technically speaking, I can also put lifesteal there. It has an impact. Oh no, it actually died before it got the chance to use the lifesteal. But I didn't even click on the Hotheads activate there. Reanimation Lab. Is this better than the Fight Club? I like it more than the Fight Club. It's more interesting than the Fight Club. Another thing to think about here is Surgical Strike, with our Pyreborn's insignia, should become pretty powerful. Because we continually equip Grile, we could very easily get up to about 20 Conduit or so. I mean, the last time we were playing with Surgical Strike, we were getting access to Attuned, and it was very good for that reason. I don't think it's going to happen again. Replicator Ray. What about Replicator Ray? So, we could use Replicator Ray to duplicate our Hothead with his no cooldown, and then we can start buffing both of them. We can use Replicator Ray to duplicate our Zealot. This is probably very strong. Like, that's probably, don't overlook it. It's very strong, type strong. There are playable cards here, but we've kind of got a game plan that doesn't require them or benefit from them too much. I might take the Sacrificial Chamber if I didn't have Manifold Mirror. All those cards are very much within the realm of, like, alternate game plans that I think I'm not pursuing. I think I want the Merchant of Trinkets here. You get a nice Unstable Vortex. I appreciate that. Magma Core plus Pyre Tap is, like, hacks level good. Deepwood Oil lets us do a lot, naturally. Winged Steel's also pretty great. Can I buy them both? I'm just gonna buy it out. It's just standard Pyreborn stuff. Buy out all the shops. Okay, if we see this right before we go into card remove, I think we might be packing away our fire starters and getting rid of them. Yeah. So I'm going to pack up 3 fire starters into a spell box, and then I can remove the spell box and one of my stewards at the vortex here. I'm going to remove a Spear Steward for now, because I think I don't mind having a Shield Steward occasionally to stand in front of the Zealot. It'd be nice if we could find another upgrade for the Zealot or something like that. How much health do these guys have? Oh, 170? I think I can actually clown 170. We might take some damage from the initial stuff here before we, like, stabilize. Zealot needs to be out. The question is when we draw the Hothead. Let's clear this without paying health. We'll pay health for the rest of it. And that actually Pyrogels these guys up enough. The very nice thing about Deepwood Oil, it actually applies to all of our incoming guys. Gets us a little bit of extra, let's say leg room. You have a bit of extra comfort going on. Snotty Whelp is who I usually want here. Let's see. Potion Fit on Grile gets me plus 16 to the floor, which is crazy. I guess, you know, this Grile is the Grile that wants to pack the biggest floor possible. That makes sense. I see the vision now. I see an iota of the vision, at least. Let me do this. Got 2 flickers to play with. I definitely want to play this because it consumes out. fill that up, and I'm doing a surprisingly good amount of damage on this floor with that setup. Since I have Conduit on that floor, that is a kill. Awesome. I'm doing better than I expected because I'm actually, like, pulling numbers from a few more things than I'm keeping track of. It's very difficult for me to keep track of what Fight Club is doing for me. This is giving me a crazy amount of stats right now. Insane. Let's flicker you, throw this out. I don't want to redraw those cards. So our game plan off this makeshift golem is kind of finite right now. If I'm in danger, I can replicate him. And he'll replicate, if I recall correctly, he'll replicate with the reanimate stacks. And then the replicated one will feed the other one armor as they die. So that's pretty good stuff. There's at most one wave where I need to cast these, so I don't need to play the Tome of Contracts this time. Hello, Quoto. Alright, we are not doing very much damage to Quoto, which does not surprise me. We have a lot of small chunks of damage, and he is not classically bothered by that. Fire Gel's pretty good against him, though. Something else we can do is actually play into Pyre Tap the Pyre Gel to Pyre Gel him harder. Do that. It's all the regen's good for, basically. I'm gonna do these to Pyre Gel out on everything. Okay, so, we're already killing Quoto, so I don't need to make other plays, despite having very entertaining plays to make, like ramping up all my damage and hitting him for a bunch, like Replicator Ray, but whatever. It's fine, whatever. I don't think I've played this Gryle variant before. I think I've always looked at it and been like, what the heck? What does that do? I'm going to take a second Replicator Ray. It's going to be very, very good. How do I feel about the Brain Spike? Okay, so the Brain Spike is probably really sick if I just play it onto the Zealot, because an Avarice sweep unit is kind of great. We are looting. So I'm getting Dragon's Hoard at a very even rate, such that Hidden Coffers doesn't help unless I get more egg income, which I don't think I'm looking to do. I think I'm just going to take one more 8 payout at Ring 7, and it's fine. Hellfire Bellows is probably the best pick here because of the synergy with Magma Core. I think it beats out Flaming Talons. Dante's Footstool is obviously quite good. Footstool. I think getting my fighting room first thing every fight is quite good. Let's see. Is it the Pyre Remains or is it the Merchant of Steel? Pyre Remains is obviously a big deal. Pumping up the makeshift golem is very good. The Zealot might need to be stronger as well. I think I need to go to the Merchant of Steel here. Yeah, I've been talking about taking this Pyre Remains earlier, and I still need to fit in a Pyre Remains at some point, and I don't like going to this Merchant of Arms. So I think we're going to go here as well. There's another Merchant of Steel. There are a lot of very relevant Merchant of Steel upgrades that I need to pick up, as this makeshift golem actually doesn't lift enough weight unless we get him dualism. And the Hothead is looking a little wimpy right now. He's not great. Similar case with the Zealot. Because we're on Chosen of Entropy, quick sweeps take out almost all of his problematic stuff on the bottom floor. Otherwise, he could silence my units in a bad way, but I don't think it's going to happen. So there's the Boiler Room offering, but I think the Fight Club is good enough. I think we're fine without taking that. I'm not looking at the Iron Tongue this game. Iron Tongue is very expensive if you don't need exactly what it does. Let's see. Endless. I think Endless Makeshift Golem is probably not the play. Since Gryle's plus 16 is not a temporary status, it should stay on any unit that lives through Endless. We could do something like Endless Snotty Whelp, and it's pretty good. I think the obvious multi-strike pick is probably the Zealot here. Let me multi-strike the Zealot. He's clearly the strongest unit to get that upgrade, I think. Although, technically, multi-striking something that's sitting on the same car with Gryle is also a very good, valid option. The thing that's in my head right now is I need to re-roll for Dualism. I'm going to Strength Stone the Hothead. Attack power on him just works very, very well. I don't think I'm going for another Reanimate here, because the other stuff I can get for him after re-rolling is better. If I'm not Endlessing him, then we're just kind of moving on. So I think I want to pick up this Endless because I have a lot of money. Let's see. Trying to think if I ever need this to be the Makeshift Golem, or if I can get by without it being the Makeshift Golem. We have kind of a no top floor plan. I think I don't need it to be the Makeshift Golem that's Endless, because I think my game plan actually turns into replicate the Makeshift Golem. How do we scale enough to beat the Titans? Is the question I'm currently grappling with. I'm hoping that activating Hothead every turn is enough to beat the Titans. That's what I'm operating off of. I think I need to Endless the Golem. So after Endlessing the Golem, do I take this reroll? What do I get off the... So if I get Dualism off the reroll, it probably goes on either Meat Hook or Snotty Whelp. We could take Large Stone Meat Hook. Zealot's fully upgraded now. We can't afford to Large Stone the Hothead, but there are other upgrades for the Hothead that are fine. We're not getting extra attack power. We're not getting multi-strike. Dualism on the Hothead is bad. Dualism on the Snotty Whelp is okay. You can see it's like Pyrogel 13 turns into Pyrogel, I think 25. Dualism applies before the +1 from the Bellows. But with only one Tome of Contracts, is that any good? Do I ever duplicate the Tome of Contracts? Maybe I'm going to this Empyrean Well. I think I'm going to this Pyre Remains. I'm going to one of these Pyre Remains. And there are 2 more Merchants of Steel. Is there a Reanimate that I want? I don't think so. I think I might regret not Endlessing the Whelp. I'm not going to reroll here. I think it's too low yield. I don't think I get enough for doing it. I definitely need energy after this so that I can deploy the Hothead every time. Yeah, the 35x2 quick sweep is pretty great. Gotta say, I appreciate the heck out of that. I want a unit on the top floor. Extra fire starters probably go into the boss. And we play the alchemy, get a little more pyre gel out. Tome of Contracts does not get played until we have the hothead. Why didn't he kill the erratic assistant? Quite track what happened there. The Zealot getting killed here is a pretty big problem. Okay, I don't have a solution for that. Okay. Whew. Thank you, Winged Steel. You've got my back. Before the dreaded Vampirism Kale takes me out again. Alright, Hothead goes down. More assistance to block. Should be Scissor Hands, Ocean Kit. I think we Fire Breath to save health on the makeshift golem. Yep. Seems like that is the case. Although I suppose, since he's endless, I don't need to be saving health on him. The benefit of it is, when I save health on the makeshift golem, I don't have to draw him. Lets me draw other cards. I think we're throwing all of our energy this turn into brain spiking our sweeper, so that we can get that sweet, sweet dosh. Let's do that. I'm also gonna pay health, bring out some other stuff, and enjoy the pyre gel that brings. So now we are sweeping for fun and profit. It's funny that I've added these replicator rays, and I'm not even playing them yet. Replicating this version of Grile does nothing, so we never want to do that. Like, thinking for the future cases. I'll just cook this floor a little. Hit the boss. Although cooking that floor actually reduced my payout, so I need to be mindful of that. Well, if I equip him, he's endless. I'm not going to get that equipment back. So maybe I don't care to do that. Oh, actually, no, this is the other case. This is the case where I would do this. So the replicate is cardless. This will not endless. So I don't need to worry about it clogging my draws. Okay, we're losing the Zealot this turn, but that should be okay. It does mean Kale's going to get to eat a lot, but having a high attack power Kale with a bunch of lifesteal doesn't bother me. Like, he can do that, it's fine. I don't want to flicker here, because it makes me get less money. And we get money on quick. So much damage with all the conduits. Alright, because I duplicated him and the conduit got duplicated too. I didn't even jelly sneeze in the right order. Jeez. Oh, it's 100 damage flicker. Oh my goodness. How crazy. Then of course the makeshift golem comes back with 108 attack. I can't fit him in here though. Fire breath kill those. I mean, I suppose we do this. It actually oh, hey. Cool, found flicker. So he doesn't remember that he had conduit up here, but it's fine. For more damage. Yeah, I mean, for Kale, after we got through the first few rounds, we're very safe and it's all kosher. Okay, so obviously brain transfer with our endless unit is pretty godlike. Yeah, it's hard to beat that. I need Hell's Flame. We save this when we loot it in the next fight. Oh, we got the Super Poe event. Oh boy. Oh boy. um, so we get to put these wherever we want, and classically, what you tend to do is just put them all on the same guy. Sometimes it's worthwhile to do other stuff. I think this is not one of those times. I think we just invent the Turbo Golem. You do not always get this after picking the predicate event. Deck was looking a little weak, but with these, you might actually stand a chance. He might be correct. He might be right about that. I don't think we were super secure before, and now I think we're so safe, I probably just go for Pyre Remains, right? Do I care about the Merchant of Steel more? No, I think I just need the health, and we're fine. I don't think there are any picks here that help. Hell Furnace is cute. Hell Furnace is probably quite good. I've already removed almost all of my fire starters. I'm pretty comfortable with the one remaining fire starter. I don't actually want to purge cards. We'll go Living Armory 3. Pretty small stat block, but it's 24 attack, so everything on its floor is going to be crazy. Okay, we are probably allowing Rax to climb once. We can take the Pyre Dampener challenge, and that's fine. It's going to get us a shitload of artifacts. Alright, so we bring out the Zealot. We've got Grile, Makeshift Golem, and I'm going to bring out the Hothead no matter what anybody says. Because we're not playing the game fairly anymore. I'm going to sacrifice him for more energy. I'm going to proceed to cheat a lot at cards. Do I want another Makeshift Golem? I'm not sure that I do. Not yet. Because I think I do still need some of these guys to die. Yeah. Cook you. Tome of Contracts there. I just want Meat Hook out of the way, actually. I'll take the stats, bring in more dudes. Play this. I don't have Avarice yet, so it's fine for that to be a bit of a throwaway. Yeah, I will Worthy Sacrifice you again. Fire Breathing that floor. Brain Transfer your stats. Where did his stats go? So, he didn't Brain Transfer his attack onto himself. That's a little weird, actually. His stats kind of went to nowhere. I'm going to bring in the Welt. Sneeze on you. More assistance. I'm going to Brain Spike you for money. And I'm going to do this for more damage output. Okay, so if I ever sacrifice him and he doesn't actually die, like, I cannot Brain Transfer him back in the line if he has Reanimate stacks. I might need to do that again for science, just so I can double-check the interaction. Do this. Fire Breathing brings you into lethal range. Bring out a shield steward to get him out of the way. Brew for no reason. Cool. Doesn't mean anything. I don't think I'm looking to replicate anybody. More hands for Gryle. I want my third play to be something that takes you out. Okay, so this time I can see the stats transferring. Then I bring him back, which is triggering Fecundity again, so... Oh my goodness, it's like an infection. They're gonna multiply. An endless unit is not meant to have Fecundity. Oh, this copy looks like it doesn't have a Fecundity sticker. Oh, that's right. I think they changed Fecundity in that way. Also, I'm going to sacrifice you and play more of you. And I'm going to create more energy off of you. I don't want to flicker here because it loses me money. Doing It's Alive. So, the Endless copy has Fecundity, but the Fecundity copies don't have Fecundity. But, wait, this is a Fecundity copy, but it's still Endless. Okay. So, yeah, we can... It looks like we can... It's still Endless, and it's not cardless. So a Fecundity copy isn't cardless is wild. That feels like somebody made an oversight there. Like, of course Fecundity copies should be cardless. It's nice that Fecundity copies don't make more Fecundity copies, but the fact that they can be endless is really crazy. Do this. Yep, that's fine. Alright, I don't want to brain transfer this guy because he's still got reanimates. This guy's also got reanimates. They all have reanimates, don't they? Okay. Print a bunch of value. Who do I want more of right now? I want more Avarice. More Avarice sounds good. So I'm going to Scissor Hands you into Replicator Ray. Gets me an extra Avarice copy. I guess I have another Replicator Ray, but I don't really have another target. Let's see. So, I did want to check this for science real quick. So, if I brain transfer you, I think if I brain transfer him, he can't find a transfer target. Yeah, so he dies, and he loses a reanimate stack, but nothing happens at all. It just triggers his Extinguish. So it turns into an expensive copy of, well, it turns to an expensive copy of the, one card that I was thinking of. There's the Melted card that triggers the Extinguish on a creature for 1, but that would not make him lose a reanimate, it would just trigger his Extinguish. I'm yakking a lot because I'm, like, investigating some weird interactions that I wouldn't usually get to do. So, I think the way I feel about that is that should either, like, not trigger or do something else. I don't know. It feels like a very unsatisfying way to misplay. We destroy him, utterly. Okay, so I have, like, multiple infinite energy-producing bodyguards. So I think the only question now is how do we close out a little quicker? I'm not under threat from Dominion. I don't need Mixology. These aren't important. we loot this. We have one welt. Ember Charge is probably not important, because I kind of generate as much energy as I want anyway. I probably don't want Volatile Gauge, so I'm going to take Sinner Salve. Volatile Gauge seems like it would make things more complicated than they need to be right now. Go this way for the Pyre Remains. Check the Merchant of Steel, who is not maxed out. So the Hothead is obviously not maxed out. I could get Titanite for the Shield Steward so that he can hang out on the top floor longer. Let's see. I can get a Reanimate for some stuff. I'm going to buy out the trinkets before I do anything else. Well, that's cool. This doesn't matter. Sure, doesn't matter. So we actually got 2 complete whiffs there for non-playable cards. But we can get a 3rd upgrade onto our Zealots. And that's very nice. Find out which of these matter. So this is probably cool. I think I'll send a Might as Well over there. This probably buys me like a little bit of time. Dualism we probably want for either like the Zealot, the Puffer Flesh, Dualism that Pyre Gel output, or we can just Large Stone him. I think I'd rather just Large Stone him to get like health and damage, and then let me Dualism the Snotty Welt. There's no point in putting out Avarice in Ring 8. There's no reason to do that. Just make the Hothead like a little more stable in case it matters. There's no need to purge cards either. Yeah, so we had more than enough gold. We didn't actually need to take the Ring 7 challenge. It's kind of pointless to do. I mean, after hitting the Poe event, it's just an auto win, right? But we got a random graph unit generation. Nice. Pretty good one. So that ability is not playable during draft, or during deployment. It's like narrowly keeping that effect in check. So let's bring in the Snotty Whelp. Do this. I might as well do this and this. There's no reason to cast the Alchemy. So we're just going to cast it once to get it out of the rotation. We'll throw in the Tome of Contracts. Assistant in. E-Hook goes out here. I think Brain Spike is very low impact unless we're resetting a cooldown with it, because I don't need the Avarice out of it. So what I'm going to do here is throw it there for an extra Jelly Sneeze to speed up the fight. Ditch our Blights. Puffer Flesh comes in. Another Puffer Flesh comes in. Because why not? I don't want to feed the Chosen Ardent. I'll put this extra makeshift golem up top, and we can start killing him off later. That's the Fecundity copy. I don't want to redraw that card. I need to think briefly if there's anything else I want to duplicate, but I think it's fine if I don't do any other weird duplications. So obviously I can put the spiky skin on something else I want to duplicate. It's probably really funny to do on the makeshift golem. I think the fight goes faster if I just get equipment onto Dryle and just keep focusing on that. Sure, this can put out some more damage. Do this. I don't want to sap my guys. And I'll get out more Pyre Gel if I don't play into this in the Magma Core triggers. This is why I took. This is why I needed the Pyre Remains. That was not just luxurious to take those. It was also luxurious, but it wasn't just luxurious. I was trying to see if I could get away with not using the, I was trying to see if I could, like, find a way to make Jelly Sneeze hit Seraph, but couldn't find it. If I get rid of the last reanimate here, now the brain transfer should hit the hothead. There we go. We endless him back in. We have the space to replay him, too. There's no point to replicating a graft unit. They're pretty worthless. I guess I hold the Jelly Sneeze if I can't hit the boss. So, are we passing here? Looks like a pass. Cleaning out most of that. The makeshift golem back in. Fire breath. I need more of these guys to die and get out of the way, actually. We are a little overstocked, so I can't bring out the next makeshift golem. Yeah, every time he comes in off of Endless, he will create a Fecundity copy. So we do want him to die as often as possible. I'm just gonna accelerate his death clock by playing him there, by sacrificing him there, even though I don't need to and it does nothing for me. Let's see. Looks like we have room to bring in another makeshift golem here. We'll start getting that rolling. Some other energy. I cannot get a good brain transfer in. Unless I think I can replicate something and then brain transfer the replicate. Get to worthy sacrifice it along the way. Brain transfer it up to the front. His endless copy will keep the brain transfer stats as well. But I need both of them to die before I can replay something here. And it's going to take a while for that to happen. They're a little hard to kill. Fire breathing. If that's the case, do I want to scale faster with Baron Grail here? 155 attack there is okay. I'm thinking about where I want to replicate. So I could replicate this guy down here. What does that do for me? I think it doesn't do that much. Yeah, I think equipping Baron Grail is usually a better game than replicating, with just a couple exceptions. No reason to keep those. Torch all those guys. Sacrifice. I don't have erratic assistant space on the bottom. Play them out on the top. Still can't hit with a Jelly Sneeze. Okay, now I'm able to get rid of this makeshift golem, which is the cardless one. I can out him through a brain transfer onto the main guy. Fish up some energy off of this guy. Doesn't seem to change the outcome of this much. think I don't want to cast into this floor. Let's see. I'll do that some more. Fire Breath the floor. Something that concerns me is if this floor doesn't win, I won't be able to replay makeshift golems up here. Nine damage, Pyre Gel 3. Doesn't quite kill one of those. But it's close. Let me actually do this. That's in preparation for maybe killing him off. I'm going to let this burn me, because I think this is closer than I might think. Honestly, Jelly Sneeze into Fire Breath is probably going to put me over the top. So we're looking at a lot of Fire Gel on the boss right now. What, 120? Okay, we've got the kill. I like never feel safe in some of these fights unless I very clearly understand my stat block, and this is not a case where I very clearly understand my stat block. We loot this because it doesn't matter. Titan's time. This is kind of a run where we're playing too many cards for me to actually keep track of them. See, what do I want to bring out at cost? I think we'll spend the energy, spend the life for these plays. Make our draws clean. That. I might want to just brain transfer this Twisted Assistant. I take 35 damage onto the Zealot. It's probably playable. Just gonna send it. Because it accelerates me a heck of a lot. Do that to reset the cooldown. Put one copy of Alchemy to get rid of it. Move on. I think I draw enough cards in my next hand to defend the bottom floor, even if he's pretty hurt. Yeah, because I got the makeshift golem, which easily defends the floor. Gonna get that out there, which makes that pretty safe. Fire starter, fire breathing, fire light. Top floor is pretty dead. Yeah, I'm fine with that. But with this, bring that out. You defend top floor with the Fecundity copy. That happens. Got this. Generate energy, Scissor Hands Grile, Firelight, Fire Breath every turn for damage output. Let's see. Flicker. Accelerate his stats, since his stats apply to all future eternalized copies. I think I just bring out this erratic assistant up here. I guess it doesn't like matter necessarily where these guys are hanging out. Yeah, we just want to breathe fire, cover everything in fire gel, equip Ryle a dozen times, and play makeshift golems until we win, right? Man, I don't think I've had games where I take Replicator Rays and they get outmoded. That's new. That's very different. Yeah, because these are still eternal. So I just keep playing makeshift golems. I just keep playing makeshift golems and it'll keep working. Makeshift golem creates a makeshift golem, which protects me from being fire hunted here. Generates energy. I equip Braille. Oh, Entropy's already dead. That's well on track to die. I can do this. Brain transfer the stats onto this one. Now, Brain Transfer does carry over the corruption, but it hardly matters. Because now, even the makeshift golem hits for 300. Because he's carried over a bunch of stats. How are you even doing this? This isn't okay. Who taught you this? Couldn't have been me. Drop those and you still win. Wave 7 clear. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Insane nonsense. Let's also not forget, like, the unspoken star of that, which is, like, the Pyre-tapped spell chain alchemy. Probably no small contribution to the run. But that was a crazy one. Wild, wild stuff. Run number 93 in the books. We appear to be win streaking. I don't want to bring it up. Feels like a jinx.